Now all this is named a little bit, indeed, it is very interesting. It is called, in brackets, that this section is for Ukraine. It is a porcupine strategy. This is important. This is how we are seen. In general, the porcupine strategy was developed in previous years more or less for Taiwan, and it means a very large asymmetry in power. It implies that a much smaller force can defend against a much stronger enemy. In principle, this has its roots in the strategy of neutral countries in Europe during the Cold War. In such cases, the enemy is shown its inability to achieve results, conduct a large-scale mobilization, or there are many small tools that devalue all gains. By and large, in this context, we are now talking about territorial defense, technologically advanced, but not at the level of battalion groups, but at the level of brigade groups, with a large air defense system. And actually, it cannot be said that this approach has no logic. It turned out to be correct, as it seemed obvious to Europeans at the beginning of the year 2022, at the beginning of the large-scale invasion, when it seemed that Ukraine had nothing at all, but there were columns coming, and yet with small groups, with small means, we managed to stop the whole machine, and it almost crumbled, the whole Russian military machine. But on the other hand, if we talk about Taiwan, there is a very big asymmetry there. There are, say, 150,000, maybe 130,000, something like that, Taiwanese troops against several million Chinese troops, the People's Army of China. But we have a different situation now. 800,000 against a million or a million and a half is not an idea to allow yourself to be attacked and then tear the enemy apart from the inside. Still, I think the situation is different for us, and there is something to think about. I do not rule out that the Europeans really feel some kind of uncertainty about what they are offering. Yes, they have 800 billion for the entire EU, 150 billion for Ukraine's participation, but it seems to me that they are not ready to even say that we are ready to deter Russia.